Over the last 2 years, Texans have seen double-digit rate increases for home and auto insurance. It's a problem homeowners and drivers are facing all across the country. Experts say inflation and extreme weather are two of the biggest factors. As KVUE's Adam Bennett tells us, it's an issue that state lawmakers are trying to fix.
The heads of both the Texas House and Senate directed their members to look into the rising cost of premiums ahead of the upcoming session. Experts say it's a complicated problem with no easy answer. But one consumer advocate calls it a crisis largely of the insurance industry's own making. Meanwhile, Texans stuck paying these high bills say something must change. This house near Round Rock has been Greg Banta's home for about 2 decades. Since then, he's seen the neighborhood's property taxes grow.
Rent's been going up like crazy.
And recently, insurance costs. Banta says his total premiums, which include renter's insurance, a jet ski, and his paid-off 2002 Jeep,
when you have no accidents and no tickets or anything,
have jumped roughly 35% in the last year, from around $140 a month to about $190 a month.
I was kind of shocked as what's going on, if there was a mistake.
Banta asked an insurance agent about changing coverage.
But it only changed it like $5 or $6 here and there, and before you know it, you just might as well leave it where it is because you're not really gaining anything.
Banta says those growing bills, plus pricier groceries, gas, and utilities, mean a growing hurdle to owning his own home.
You just get hit with everything.
Many Texans are feeling the hit, including homeowners. On our KVUE Facebook page, one woman told us her family's home insurance more than doubled, even with no claims. Another said her premium now makes up 3/4 of her house payment, making her wonder whether she can stay. Data from the Texas Department of Insurance shows the average homeowner's insurance rate jumped just over 21% last year. That's more than double the yearly increases during the previous decade. The average auto insurance rate jumped more than 25% last year. That's after a nearly 24% increase in 2022. Then there are the customers who got dropped. Last year, insurance companies in Texas chose not to renew policies for about 138,000 home insurance customers and more than 101,000 auto insurance customers. 3 insurance companies have left Texas entirely. 5 other companies have stopped writing home insurance policies only. 6 other companies have stopped writing just auto policies.
It's not that companies are pulling out. They may be changing coverages. They may be changing deductibles.
Rich Johnson is with the state's insurance trade organization. He says higher home and car values, pricier parts and labor, and more frequent and severe weather events are driving up costs.
The more claims that an insurance company is paying out, the more that they do have to recover down the road.
For auto specifically, Johnson says more frequent and severe crashes post-pandemic, plus lawsuits, are also raising rates in Texas.
We're number 1 in what we call nuclear verdicts, which are those verdicts that are $5 million and more. We do need to look at lawsuit reform.
Then there are higher costs for reinsurance or insurance for the insurance companies. That's tied into the global market.
I just don't see magic bullets, and I wish I did because it would be great for everybody.
David Bolduc oversees the Office of Public Insurance Counsel. He was appointed by Governor Greg Abbott to represent the interests of Texas insurance customers.
I think the biggest thing is to try to keep things as transparent as possible so that people can shop as intelligently as possible.
Bolduc says that includes pushing insurers for contract clarity and consumer outreach to help Texans navigate a tough market.
That boils down to comparing policies, shopping, being careful about what you buy, and making intelligent decisions about the amount of risk you're willing to absorb yourself.
In October, Bolduc and TDI Commissioner Cassie Brown testified before the Texas Senate Business and Commerce Committee.
In between property taxes and insurance, it is the number 1 issue in our office.
I think it would be great to think of a way to create an insurance pool for uninsured motorists through registrations.
2 ideas came up repeatedly. Stop letting insurance companies charge higher rates before getting TDI approval and standardizing insurance forms.
Those consumers could compare apples to apples and figure out which company is offering them the best deal.
2 changes nonpartisan advocacy group Texas Watch supports.
We want to make sure that we've got a more efficient system that actually protects consumers and stops those overcharges before they happen.
They're also pushing for more options for drivers disputing repair costs, while pushing Texans to contact their lawmakers.
What would you want to say to them?
Well, you need to take a look at everybody across the board.
An issue affecting everybody, Greg Banta says, and penalizing people playing by the rules.
You're taking a bite out of each and every one of us.
He's hopeful the winds of change
You can only hope.
will blow soon.
TDI says about 160 companies are still writing home insurance coverage in Texas, and about 170 offer personal auto insurance. Last month, the TDI commissioner told lawmakers 8 insurance companies have been approved to enter the Texas market, with 18 more pending. And while lawmakers hash out solutions, experts say the onus is largely on you to find the best deal. Their top recommendation is to shop around. The Texas Department of Insurance runs a website called helpinsure.com. Advocates also recommend working with an independent agent, changing your coverage type, and looking for discounts. Experts say it's best to pay out of pocket when possible, rather than file smaller claims. We'll provide more tips with this story at KVUE.com.